Hey, this is Quincy with Harpoon Pest Solutions, and today I'm talking about um, how to prevent mice and rats from coming into your place this fall and winter. And one of the number one things that we like to do as far as a company when we service our customers is we like to use exterior bait stations, especially if they have a yard space around their home. And so typically what happens is we'll install these stations, and whenever we come around for service visits, we'll inspect them. And as you can see, in during this inspection, one of the stations definitely need to be serviced, need to be cleaned. We like to put these things on the outside of people's homes because what happens is it prevents the mice and the rats from getting in. So if we can effectively reduce the amount of activity on the outside of a house, we'll install these stations around the perimeter of a home, but they have to be cleaned and inspected on a regular basis. They will protect from non-target animals, so you don't have to worry about dogs or cats or stray animals getting inside and getting a hold of the poison. The poison should be it's best to use weather resistant all weather block, it's a type of block that won't mold quickly, but it'll stay fresh and effective for at least 90 days or so. We want to change it out, at least once every 90 days. The other thing we like to recommend too is just to take a walk around the perimeter of your home and inspect like some of the windows, especially windows that lead to like basement, crawl space. If there's any dryer vents, you want to just inspect those things, see if there's any screen that could go into those vents that could possibly prevent any type of rodent entry. And you'll be surprised at what you find. Sometimes we open these stations up, we'll see that the bait has been completely destroyed. Like the rodents, you could just tell the amount of activity that's been involved inside the stations. They really do work great. Sometimes we even find just dead rodents in there because sometimes mice or rats can be very greedy and they don't know when to stop eating. And so it's a great way to prevent activity before it enters into your home. So that's like one of our best recommendations for customers if they want to prevent mice from getting into their homes. It's kind of tough when you live in a row home because you end up getting things from your neighbors. Sometimes you might share a problem that the neighbors have, but if you live in a single or maybe like a twin, these stations really do work great. And it's just a good way to prevent activity or reduce the amount of pressure on your house. Sometimes they enter in, mice can enter in underneath decks. They can enter in around foundation walls. And a lot of people don't really understand is that they are great climbers. They can enter in from above. They can come in around the roof line, around chimney, the smallest opening. So it's very difficult to do a 100% complete exclusion on the outside, but it could be done. There are companies that do that, but our specialty is trying to really prevent the amount of pressure that's happening on your home. So exterior bait stations are a great way is just another tool in the arsenal that will help fight against rodent activity. And if you have a pest control company that you deal with, that's something that you should definitely recommend to them if they don't have it, if they haven't, installed these stations in your place, at your home or your business so far. So those are that's my tips for the day on how to prevent mice and rats this fall and winter 2021.